How y'all doing? And thanks for tuning in to Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, SUVs, and nice, beautiful 2023 Toyota RAV4. We don't get a whole tremendous amount of imports through here, but on occasion they do show up. This is a car belonging to our new client V3. Again, a 23 RAV4. What you're looking at in the front there is our TIR3 in amber, and we carry that light in all colors. It's fairly easy surface mount right there on the grille. We did need to drill 2 holes for wires, but it's in the outer portion of the grille there, and we used a slightly longer screw than the one that was included to reach further back into the grille and anchor that light. With the included gasket, it's not a hard install at all, and the wiring ends up coming out right behind the headlight underneath the hood, so it's very easy to extend the wiring into the engine bay and go ahead and power them off of a 3/4 rocker switch, which is what we did. We grabbed our battery power right at the battery on the driver's side as well with a fuse kit and some 16-2 wire going back to that 3/4 switch. Now on top of the car, you'll see an additional item just powered by a cigarette lighter. That's our all-new Wicked Warnings 19-inch magnetic mount 2-color light bar, which we have available in permanent mount or magnetic mount. And this particular one is the magnetic mount, so it can be transferred from vehicle to vehicle and removed when not in use. And it's just powered by a cigarette lighter. Pretty standard install on that. Plug it in and hit the switch. So we're not going to go too in-depth on that item. Working our way around the back of this SUV, something we do very often with the smaller SUVs is a 4-head stick in the back window. I favor my Wicked stick because I can select amber and white if desired, or like this one, to match the rest of the fleet that V3 has. We agreed they wanted an all amber pattern. So that's what we have there, the Wicked stick in all amber. Now it does have a flood white option if you wanted a secondary switch. This client did not need that use, so we're not using it or wiring it. We just have this set up as a single switch activation to do the amber pattern shown here. And of course, we have many patterns. Now, as you can see, the light bar on the roof is amber and white, and again, requested by the client, but that is easily selectable by the switch that's right on the cigarette plug. Now, I killed the light so I can get a little bit technical and show you how we mounted this. Now, we made up a 90-degree bracket, and we had a riv nut inserted into a hole in the factory metal right here. Once you remove this panel, very similar to our Ford Escape, we have a video tutorial on how to do this install on a Ford Escape, and this is almost identical. There's 2 factory holes there. On this one, we used a 5/16 riv nut. 1/4 inch was too small, so you will need a 5/16 riv nut. You drill out that hole to 7/16 in size, do a 5/16 riv nut, and about a 2.5 inch 5/16 threaded rod, or cut the head off of a 2.5 inch 5/16 bolt. You all need to supply a L bracket, which is just a generic L bracket you can get anywhere, because the light bar only comes with the back bolts. The light bar comes with these back bolts right here, and that's all. The end brackets here won't be used. You can go ahead and remove those. And as I said, you would need to supply the L bracket, the riv nut, the threaded rod. This is all the hardware that the installer supplies. We won't be. So the wiring, you can see we drilled here. We inserted it here. It comes down through the factory boots here underneath the headliner and makes its way forward. And of course, that's just the roof light bar wire there in the corner over there. We utilize this mount very often because that panel can be easily replaced if the light bar needed to be removed, and it would be basically as if the car had never had a light bar. If you install it on the inside here into the headliner, then most of the time you have to damage the headliner where it's visible and it shows up after that the vehicle has had installation. Now that's not true for every vehicle, especially this one. You may be able to mount it to the headliner, but again, this is how we did the fleet for this particular client, so we just kept it the same way for all of them. But you could choose your location based on your vehicle and your needs. Okay, I'm going to try and show you underneath where we've permeated the firewall here, because that's always a question I get, is where do we get through the firewall? And this one was tricky. It is way up there, but I think you can kind of see right there, underneath the factory boot there, we drilled right there. It was tricky. It wasn't the easiest one to drill, but that's where we permeated the firewall, and we got a grommet there, and we were able to drill right through. Alrighty, so speaking on what is in this package, what are we really getting? And I'm going to go right down it right now. You got 2 amber TIR3s on the front grille. They're going to be included. Okay, we have some 22-5 bulk wire. That's going to be used to extend those TIR3s into the vehicle. You're going to get 30 feet of 22-5 bulk wire. That way you have a piece for each of the grille lights, and you can extend it right through the firewall, make all your connections behind your 3/4 switch. By the way, you're going to get a 3/4 flush mount switch. You're also going to get a fuse kit for at the battery. Battery's right on the passenger or driver's side right there. Very easy to install there. You're going to get 25 feet of 16.2 for the fuse kit. You might have a bit of extra there. No worries. Save it for the next install. That fuse kit is going to apply power to the 3/4 switch and ground from the battery. Behind the switch is where you can ground all your grounds together and apply your power for your devices to the center terminal of that switch. Around the back of the car, we discussed that 4-head stick and what you're going to get back there. You are going to need to get the L brackets and the riv nuts and the hardware on your own, but we're going to send you that 4-head stick. We're also going to send you a 30-foot piece of 18-5. That's going to extend that 4-head stick all the way forward to behind your switch. Okay, how exactly you wire that, what functions you take advantage of, are your choice, but the 18.5 will allow you to do everything. We're also going to put that magnetic mount 19-inch light bar on there, and again, that just plugs in the cigarette lighter. It doesn't wire into anything. So you'll get an accessory pack with this as well. It's going to have some connections and some heat shrink and some tape and some other goodies for you. And that's what's included in this kit. Make sure you review it and understand it. Almost forgot, you're going to get a 3/4 grommet for the firewall. Now, if you have any other questions on this install or I missed something, please reach out. We'll adjust the kit. Always reach out via email before you purchase. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. I hope you enjoyed this build on a 2023 Toyota RAV4. And I hope it meets your needs. Any custom requests, like always, email in. Thanks again. See you on the next video.